Hello again everyone, this is Jordan from ROBOTIS Inc. and welcome to our new series or mini series discussing about some tips on our ROBOTIS Mini Kit. In this series I'll be discussing several tips with you, or mini tips, on how to build, program, and modify different aspects of the Mini for different kinds of applications. In this episode, I'll be covering some tips of what to keep in mind while assembling the Mini. So without further ado, let's get started on that. Alright, so let's get started with first going over the Dynamixels or the DXL's horn orientation for the Mini. As you can see on this Dynamixel, there's a little tick mark on the casing at the top here, and the most crucial thing to pay attention to is this wheel here, this plastic black wheel. This is what we call the Dynamixel's horn. On the top, you can see that there's the tick mark here on the body, and also a tick mark on the horn, or a single tick mark here. And the bottom, there's two tick marks. I don't know if, yeah, there you can see it right here. This is what we call the standard position, when the single tick mark is at 12 o'clock, aligning up with the bodies, and the two tick marks going aiming straight down. This is very crucial. It's something similar to a car's belt system. If you don't have the orientation correctly, then there may be some issues when you first turn him on, and such as having him do some yoga positions when he instead of going into a normal stance. So we emphasize this very much because in the past several users have incorrectly built him based on not paying attention to the Dynamixels orientation. So to help you out, we have this orientation map right here. This actually shows that all the Dynamixels on the robot needs to be at the standard position. The single tick mark at 12 o'clock and the two tick marks at 6 o'clock when he is fully in configuration, as you see here. So to help you out a little bit more, I'm going to show you some steps in the guide that you need to pay attention to while you're assembling them. 26 and 34, which are showing how to assemble the feet of the robot. So let me zoom in here just a little bit. Okay, so on this map, it shows that after twisting the wires, or twisting the motors, the Dynamixels are actually at 12 o'clock position, or the single tick mark is at 12 o'clock position, meaning that both of these Dynamixels are at standard position. This is what you need to keep in mind while assembling the Mini. As I said in the Dynamixel ID map, all the Dynamixels will need to be at standard position before you turn on the robot. So keep that in mind. But this requires a 90-degree turn to actually match it up exactly like this. So let's go on. So this is step 34, which is something similar to step 26. It's just the other foot that does a 90-degree turn as well. So, but keep in mind that these also are at standard position before attaching it to the bed or the foot piece of the robot. Now let's go to an even more complicated step that some users have been having some trouble on. Let's go to step 52, which is where the hips are installed. So on this step, there is an 180-degree turn, which causes all the Dynamixels to be in standard position as well. But at first, the back Dynamixels 180 degrees the other way. So the first tick mark starts at 6 o'clock, and the 2 tick marks start at 12 o'clock. But when you rotate them, it's at standard position. So keep in mind that after you're done rotating, all the Dynamixels should be as you see here. The hip or the back side of the Dynamixels are at standard position, as well as the hips of the Dynamixels are also in standard position. Let's go to the final one, which are regarding the arms. A lot of people have had issues with installing the arms as you see here. But the best way that I would recommend to install the arms onto the torso are have the Dynamixels facing inward at standard position, that is, and attach the screws and the back rivets so that it would be in the correct formation. So the arms would be at standard position, facing inward, and the legs in standard position, all facing downward. This is the correct orientation. Now that we have covered thoroughly the horn orientation, or the importance of orientating the horn and the standard position according to the ID map and the horn orientation map, now I'll go over some tips of how to properly route your DXL cables into the different passive pieces, and also which cables go where on the OpenCM controller here. So on our little friend, we have many passive pieces, the plastic pieces that is, that we provide you, and not only for structure of the to give you structure to the robot, but also to assist you with cable management or cable routing. As you can see in this little guy right here, in this piece in his shoulder, there is 2 slits. One here that doesn't have any cables, and this one that is. This is actually a technique that you will need to keep in mind while you are routing the DXL cables through the pieces to connect to the controller, which is underneath here. There are several other techniques that we have on him, such as in the shoulders, like here, and underneath here, there's a little guide on the Dynamixel itself, that between the plastic piece and the actuator. In this little groove here, this is actually where the Dynamixel, as you could see, the cable would go through. So in this groove would be the space for the cable to go through, as well as going through the side. As you can see, there's a little abrasion or gap of where the cable may be able to go through. So you can have it go through the top here, or you can have it go through the bottom or either of the sides. So that's one way. And as I said, you need to keep in mind how to do that, or where these gaps are on the robot. Now, to assist you with putting together the cables, I'm going to show you where the Dynamixels, or which cables that we discuss or show you in the workbook or the manual of where on the OpenCM which cables go where. So let's refer to this map right here to understand a little bit more. So up here, these are the cables or the ports on the OpenCM board that you need to put the batteries into. It doesn't matter which one necessarily you put which battery into, but yeah, so these are the battery ports right here. So this is where you would put the ID1 Dynamixel, which is cable number 7. This is the right side of the robot, while the next one would be the left arm, which is ID2, or cable 8. So the cable 8 cable would be connecting from ID2 and goes right into here. And then on this one, it would be the right leg from ID7 Dynamixel, while the cable that is being used is called cable 10, while the one right here is cable 11, but it's being connected to or coming from ID or Dynamixel 8. And then down here is where you put your Bluetooth module. And with that, we have covered all the assembly tips that we could provide to you that answer all the questions that have come up in the past from other users. As the last tip, or as the last recommendation to keep in mind, or that we would recommend you to use and concurrently with the guide, is our free R+ Design software. This is a 3D environmental tool which shows you incrementally how to build or assemble all our example robots, including the ROBOTIS Mini. This is provided in the link below, but keep in mind to be used concurrently with the guide, not as a replacement. Until the next episode, have fun and stay creative.